Family, it's Thread the Needle. We're back with y'all. Hey, we got an episode for y'all today. We had
Yes,
some
we do.
breaking news yesterday. Breaking news like ran the whole sports world yesterday. James Harden officially is a Brooklyn Net.
Yep. That's
We're
been
gonna talk
crazy, man.
about we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about winners and losers from the trade from each four teams. And how it pretty much just changed the landscape of the league because it really did. Like now, everyone kind of well, not everyone, but at least us, I had the Nets in the finals already before this trade, but now it's finals or bust. Now you have to win, or it's looking like a fix. So we're gonna get into that. But first, how y'all boys doing today?
All right.
Doing pretty good.
All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into this trade. So it was a 14 trade between the Nets, Rockets, Pacers, and the Cavs. The Nets obviously got James Harden, and the Rockets got Victor Oladipo from the Pacers, and they flipped Karis LeVert over to the Pacers. They got Dante Exum, and I don't know how to say his first name, but Karooks from the Nets. And then they got three first rounders from the Nets, a first rounder from the Bucks that was from the Nets, and then they got four Brooklyn first round swaps. The Pacers got Karis LeVert and then the second round pick, and then the Cavs got Jared Allen and Tarian Prince. Damn, that was a lot. That was a lot. It's crazy because the other two teams, the Pacers and Cavs, kind of just got added on like as the trade was going on. It kind of reminded me of when Paul George got traded to the Clippers. How first it started with Kawhi signing, and then like 5 minutes later it said Kawhi, PG got traded to the Clippers. I remember how that blew up on NBA Twitter, and it kind of blew up like this, or this blew up like that. So, what y'all thought about the trade? What was y'all initial reaction when you got that notification that it finally got done?
Uh, I was. What was I? I was at work. I'm pretty sure I was at work. And you remember we were talking on the phone before it happened. Right? I wasn't at work. I was finna go to work. No, I was at Milo's drive-through. That's what I was. I was about to go to work. So we was on the phone before that, and we were talking about the trading. I remember you and Devin said, "Man, I think it's gonna happen by the end of the week." And I said, "No, but I think it's gonna happen by the end of the day." And so I'm really happy by the end of the day. Like, I don't
Like
know,
an
wow.
hour later.
So, like, and it's kind of crazy. I mean, big news, James Harden, and I mean, it's kind of unbelievable to see. Um, one thing that kind of showed me is that superstars really do have the power, and even if they do sound long term like Giannis, he could be gone at any moment. So you kind of got to enjoy it while it lasts.
I'm just surprised that they really got him for nothing. Pretty much, like they pretty much kept. I mean, not for nothing, but pretty much nothing. Like we expected them to have to come up off of like Joe Harris, Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, but essentially they only lost Karis LeVert and Jared Allen, and they still got DeAndre Jordan the big. They still got Spencer Dinwiddie, even though he's hurt, but he'll be back next year. They still got Joe Harris, so the squad isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be after the trade.
Yeah. Um, I would say okay, we can go ahead and get into the winners and losers. So, who would y'all have? Like, okay, so the Nets obviously winning. They got James Harden, but I would also kind of have him as a loser. I think that losing Jared Allen is big. Like, he was a big part of how they were good this season. I mean, he was doing good against Rudy Gobert. He was doing good against Jokic and Embiid. I think that's gonna hurt. And then you only have DeAndre Jordan, who literally the night before the trade happened, he had a do not play. He did a DNP coach's decision. So now he's the starting center again, and now he's gonna have to play some more minutes. And him this season, he was looking pretty useless. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, he gets rebounds. That's what he do. But I mean, he's not even doing the same stuff he was doing with the Clippers. He's not the same DeAndre. And I think it's gonna hurt him. But I mean, obviously you got James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie if he comes back. So the scoring obviously is there. That's why I have him as a winner because I mean they could just outscore anybody in the league. but I also have him as a loser because you gave up your six man of the year candidate in Karis LeVert, and you gave up your number one rim protector in Jared Allen, best defensive player. I think it's gonna hurt him. But yeah, that's one of my winners. Y'all want to just kind of alternate winners and losers? How y'all want to do that?
Um, and I kind of got winners and losers. As I can do that. But I also got a little something on each team.
Yeah,
I
I got
kind of
some
just
on each
want.
team. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's like in terms of the Nets, yeah, you could call it a win. I mean, you did just get James Harden MVP caliber player. And anytime you add anybody with MVP talent, it's definitely a big dub. But I mean, I think in the bigger picture, it's going to be a loss. Cause I don't see it turning into a championship. But I mean, all in all, it's a very dope move, and you love to see a team be aggressive because that's all you. That's really what it takes to win a championship these days. As you see, the Lakers and the Raptors both had to make moves, and Kevin Durant being aggressive in the free agency is the reason why the Warriors were so dominant. So, I mean, that is the key. That is the formula. So, I can't knock them for what they did, but like you said, the Jared Allen thing, I think that is big. Um, Something tells me like it's like some like I got a feeling, brother. DeAndre Jordan's free throw woes are gonna be coming back right around the time Drake album drops. So within the next 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, DeAndre Jordan is gonna be back in the bag, and I truly believe that is low key gonna be the reason why they end up losing in the playoffs. Because, like you said, with the DMP, he's low key been unplayable, but he's the best big you got by a wide margin. So it's
he's
either
the
live
only
with
big they have.
yeah, so it's lit well Nick Claxton, but
Oh yeah.
it's either live with the hack of DeAndre or it's like get off the floor and not be able to get any stops. So that's my thing with the Nets. But I mean I got other ones all around. But I mean I'm gonna let Corey get a little something in.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really think. I mean, Jared Allen is a pretty big loss. I still think they're winners though. If they make it to the finals, which I think they will, that just solidifies them as winners in my opinion. I still don't think they can beat LeBron though in the finals. So maybe they'll have to run it back. But knowing that core group, it's especially if Kyrie really don't want James Harden to be there, it's going to cause a lot of friction if they don't make it to the finals or don't win the finals. So I still got them as a winner though.
Okay,
Uh,
so question. If they don't win the championship, that means macro they was losers.
I don't think so, but I think going to the finals is going to be good enough. It's just they're going to go up against LeBron James. So everybody's not beating LeBron, but um, yeah, I hopefully they'll be able to run it back. But if they do lose, I feel like they can be losers because it could break the rift if Kyrie and James Harden have one.
see, and
I don't know.
I'm a
But if they
disagree.
were to run it back, then they'll still be winners because more chemistry. You get Spencer Dinwiddie back. You know.
I'm a disagree and say that I feel like they is championship or bust for that team because look at how people treated the Clippers last year. I mean, it's kind of the same circumstance. They just got together for 1 year, half a season. Well, in this case, they're half a season. Well, not even half a season. They're only like what 10, 11 games in.
Fair
So
point.
it's pretty much the whole season. So I think it's championship or bust. And plus, I mean, I feel like the whole goal of this move was to beat LeBron. I mean, they James Harden got up out of there after they played LeBron. So I mean, if I feel like for them, if the goal is not to win a championship this year and next year, I mean, what was the point of doing it this year? You feel me?
That's the
Like,
thing.
and
Like,
you and then the Nets gave up a lot to get them, like all those first round picks. I think they're gonna be valuable when they come around because James Harden is gonna give you maybe
Yeah,
two
that's
years. KD will probably stay long term if he still has one of the two, Kyrie or James. But I can see James or Kyrie, one of them leaving. So
I mean,
they're gonna be valuable at some
I
point.
do not see James Harden leaving after making this big fuss of leaving the Rockets. I feel like he would stay. The thing is, like, as long as they have two of the three core, like you said, they will be straight. But the thing is, hopefully they will want to run it back. It's mostly on Kyrie to
That's
want to
what.
run it
Yeah.
back. I feel
That
like you can't win a championship in 1 year. I don't care how good your team is. Like that's I don't care if you have three Hall of Famers, but I mean you can win it, but it's probably not like if you don't win it, it's okay. You can run it back next year. That's how I feel. Especially with the first year head coach. This is the first nucleus. This is the first time James Harden has played with two stars like that ever. Especially, you got two MVPs, so I don't know. I
So
think they
so
should go ahead
in
and run it back.
game, everybody all in. Didn't really come back. They ran 2 years, maybe three. Everybody came back, but they didn't win a ship. But they did make it all three times.
Now that's
Well,
different. That's a loss.
so regardless, like they got to get a ship for it, or it's a loss.
yeah.
At the
Yeah,
end of the
but
day,
I
they
don't
did.
feel like if they don't get a ship this year, it's going to be a loss.
I now okay. I agree with how you
I
said
can
it
give you
like that.
that
Yeah, I
because
can
of
give
the
you that.
Dinwiddie. I understand because technically it's not 100%. But if you come out and still listen, if you okay, it's like now that you traded Karis LeVert, I feel like you got a whole new team. That's like kind of like flushed down the toilet everything we've seen so far. So if you come out and you give me best team in the East from here on out, 0-0, here on out, even the best record since the trade, because you know they're gonna have that stat. If you do that and you turn it the best record in the NBA, well, yeah, it's championship or bust. If it works out the gate, it's championship or bust. But if it struggles, I give you the pass because I know you got you a 15 point real nice player and then with it who gonna come in and help, and that might be the piece. Also, you don't got to draft it. I really didn't like that they didn't gave up control of the next 8 years of their future. That's a lot of years, bro. That's a
You know
lot
what
of
that
years.
reminded me of, bro? It reminded me of
Like,
that Celtic trade. Like,
that
and
is
that,
a
and
whole lot of
it could
years, though.
really come back to bite them in the ass like that Celtic trade.
What?
But I will say, obviously, KD, Kyrie, and Harden aren't as old as Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett
That's
was.
facts.
But giving up all of those first round picks, and you see how it turned out for us. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Tatum, like so. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like it could become valuable because one of
Tatum, Collins,
I
Sexton.
mean, and then with what you were saying with the Harden point about him wanting to leave Houston. I mean, I think if they get a ship, or even if they don't get a ship, I mean, I can see Harden leaving Brooklyn. You know, going somewhere else. You know, getting another team, and then just kind of just riding out his last couple years in the league.
That'd be
But
wild.
but yeah, but one of my winners though in this trade, getting back to the trade, is the Cavs actually. Getting Jared Allen and Taurean Prince. I think Jared Allen fits the timeline with their team with Colin Sexton and Darius Garland. And
Mm-hmm.
and now they can, move a Larry Nance. They can move Kevin Love, Drummond. They can move one of those to a championship team, get some compensation back, and then now they have a direction. So I like that with the Cavs. Now they got a big to go along with Colin Sexton and Garland, who are two smaller guards. Now you got a rim protecting big. So I love it. Then you got Tarian Prince, who can kind of be like the tough guy on that team. He could be like their OG, and he's a great like a great two-way player. So I love what the Cavs got back in this trade, and they kind of just came in out of nowhere, kind of just picking. Ooh, yeah, y'all giving up him. All right, let me go get him. That's how I liked it. I love it.
Yeah. I they're my second favorite, like in terms of wins. Like they my second biggest winner.
Mine too.
As like you said, I do like the Jared Allen move. You got your center for the next 5 years, and we talk, especially me and you being Celtic fans, and I mean Corey's gonna have that conversation now that they got rid of Adams in the future, but the center we know how relevant that is in terms of just being able to control the paint, and I mean Allen he ain't the best, but he's young. We obviously know he still got room to grow, and he's gonna be one of the top rim protectors. Like I said, he got that mentality where he's not scared to get dunked on, and I really really like that. Like
Mm.
Haynes was really one of my favorites just because of that. But I mean, I like that you got somebody that you can add with Sexton, Garland, Porter, and Okoro. You finally got your little big. Now I'm also curious to see what happens to Drummond and Love. That is one of the big things I probably got out of this trade, especially with Andre Drummond. Because well, I always want to see an All Star be at least on one true contending team, and he ain't really got that opportunity. So
Yeah.
hopefully Drummond gets out of there with this move.
Yeah, I don't think K Love wants to be there or Drummond. Hopefully, while they're both there, they can teach Jared Allen a little something. But he's been in the league for a couple of years, so he probably is already pretty much set. Um, with Torian
JaVale,
Prince coming in, huh?
JaVale there too.
Yes, I'm saying yeah. JaVale's also there, but JaVale's probably gonna stay and be more of the vet. I don't think they'll move JaVale,
Mm-hmm.
but Torian Prince coming could obviously help Isaac Okoro because they're kind of the same player. Um, yeah, they should be pretty good. You know, they're still pretty trash. So hopefully that GMs can show me that this wasn't a fluke with what they do with Kevin Love and Andre Drummond.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at it. I have like the Rockets kind of as a winner and loser too. Obviously, I have them as a loser in the short term,
Yeah.
but I have them as a winner in the long term. Obviously, with the picks, all the like, this with 8 picks they got, 8 first round picks that they got back. And then you got Oladipo, who was he had a pretty good season this season. Obviously, he hasn't returned to his older All NBA or All Defensive form, but he can get back to that. And
Yeah.
I think on a team like the Rockets, like he definitely can get back there playing alongside Wall. We got Boogie on his team. I think it's Oladipo's team. I think he's gonna come over. I think he can come over and I
We
think he can come
disagree
over
there.
and get that.
That's
Who you
okay.
got? John
Jay
Wall?
Sean Tate.
Jason Tate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
been nice.
Yeah. He
He been
been.
nice, but nah,
Man, no, cuz
relax, relax.
don't buy into this nigga, bro.
Nah, I'm
Nigga,
just
No,
what?
everybody
Nigga,
do it. I'm
he
just
been
talking
on
about with.
bad.
I
no.
He
know
been
that's his.
on
Hey, I
I know
did
that's
see him
his
bad.
dunk on
Buckeye
somebody
team.
though, and I was like, dang, he
He
really
dunked
dunked
on
on
Yo.
somebody.
Didn't
What
he
is he
get a
average about
ball
12?
thrown at him? Didn't
He up to
Harden throw
like
a ball at him?
7.9 or something like that.
Oh, even worse. But yeah, I think the Rockets are winners. I can't really say them. I can't really call them losers because any team that get that many picks, it's hard to call them a loser. Especially when we really didn't have that many expectations for them, even when they had Harden. So I still think they're winners. I don't really, I think the record's probably gonna be the same. Victor Oladipo and John Wall. I like to see that backcourt. Give John Wall a defending shooting guard. I don't think he's ever had that in a minute or ever. So just a little switch it up. But hey, I think Boogie's kind of happy that James Harden's gone. A lot of disrespect in the locker room. Boogie wasn't talking
Yeah.
about, but that sucks. But hey, Boogie already got. Speaking of Boogie, this man already got ejected like 3 times.
Yeah, that's kind of hilarious.
Now, one ejection when he shouldn't have got ejected. When he
Oh,
like
talking about
swiped
that.
Ron
Yeah,
like
I was.
barely across
Yeah,
the face, that should
the
have been an
flagrant.
ejection.
Yeah.
Yeah, they called
But
him flagrant too. That's crazy.
I mean, I'm curious to see how the Rockets do. The plan is obvious. They're building for the future, and you could tell with the choice of Oladipo over Levert that they. It's not that they're not sold on Levert, but with Oladipo, you still kind of stay flexible because Oladipo on the contract year. So if you don't like what you see, you can let him go, and now you still got money to go get something young. Because with Christian Wood probably like the best franchise piece they got right now. Like that's probably the biggest, highest untouchable they got on their entire roster. So him and Jay Sean, I mean, you kind of got what you want. Now the question is, can you find can you find just somebody in the draft like a Kai Jones who can learn behind Boogie? Because obviously Boogie not gonna be a big of the future, or something like that. Somebody who can get buckets like a Boston from Kentucky. Because I mean, I like the Wall thing. I think Wall can be a nice point guard for the next few years. I think he's gonna be motivated to stay there. So if they can find him something in the draft, I think the Rockets might end up getting him a little 8 seed next year. I mean, it's a pretty solid draft. I mean, it's a pretty solid haul. We all seen that. It's gonna be exciting to see what they do.
Yeah. All right. So, what y'all think about the Pacers? I don't really. I
Uh,
mean, I don't really have them as a loser either. I mean, you got Levert. I mean, and then you got a second round pick. So, I mean, I don't really have them as a winner or a loser. It kind of just, I mean, it kind of just staying afloat.
he
So,
he fits the market.
hmm?
You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, he fits the market.
Yeah, that's his type of town. That's where he's from. Not literally Indiana, but like that type of area. Ohio, that's a hooping state. So he kind of I don't know. I like the move in terms of them. T.J. Warren, you know, he had that big bubble thing, but you kind of always wondered was the fire ever gonna go out? So with Levert, kind of takes a little weight off his shoulders, And also with the guard spot, I felt like it was kind of clogged up because Holiday, you can tell they like Holiday because he got hella minutes. And with hella minutes you're giving the Holiday, Jeremy Lamb disappeared. You know how many times I brought up Jeremy Lamb. So I'm kind of excited to see what happens now that he finally got the minutes. Brogdon, obviously they chose Brogdon over Oladipo. So I mean, hey, they got a pretty solid squad. They didn't solidify themselves in the playoffs. Crazy part is all these players are under 30. That's the craziest part. Like they got a bunch of real good players and they all under 30. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty much kind of the same team led by Sabonis. Miles Turner's leading the league in blocks. So like, Karis LeVert is gonna be another piece.
Mm-hmm.
They're still gonna win as many games as they probably would with Oladipo.
Yeah. They give me Raptor vibes with DeRozan, but I don't feel like they ever. The question is, will they get a Kawhi? Because they got a bunch of real good. I said they got a whole bunch of players under 30. That's real solid. All right, 6, 7 of them. So the question is, can they find themselves a superstar who will take them to the top? Because they got a really solid really solid team, and a hella solid fan base. So like, I know they would enjoy that type of stuff next year.
So I was, scrolling on Twitter after the trade,
Yeah.
and more reports started coming out of like other offers that the Rockets were fielding for Harden. And well, they were calling other teams. So the two that I seen the most were the Heat and the Celtics. And I'm gonna just ask y'all if y'all would take this trade if you were the Heat or the Celtics, if you were Danny Ainge or Pat Riley.
Yeah.
So the Rockets were asking from the Heat. They were asking for Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn, Precious Achua, a salary filler, and 2 first round picks and 4 pick swaps for James Harden. And for the Heat, if I'm Pat Riley,
Tyler
that's
Hero.
that's a lot. Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn, Precious Achua, salary filler, 2 first round picks, and for 4 pick swaps. So they're literally trading all of their young players except for Bam,
I
giving
don't
up
know, but
Tyler, Duncan, Kendrick, and Precious Achua, and then 2 first round picks.
that's a no.
Yeah, I'm
With Tyler
declining.
and Duncan, you can't have both. You got to have one. And if I'm the Heat, I'd rather have Duncan because it's not a lot of. You got to have a spot up. There's not a lot of 6, 7 spot ups like out there anymore. So you got to have that type. There's not a lot of Tyler Heroes, but there's a handful of them. So you can kind of move on from that. But that's a hell no. I can't give away all my niggas. Kendrick Nunn too, and Prince Alshua, and you want some picks?
I could do all that, but I gotta keep Achua, but I can
Yeah,
keep the
like
rest of it.
Yeah,
I can't give away Duncan.
I'm having the 3 players that's off the board for me. Well, really, okay, Hero, I'm cool with giving up, but Duncan and Precious, you got to keep. Like
Yeah.
Precious been looking good, and then obviously, like Corey was saying, you don't really have too many 6, 7 snipers. I mean, what's his name? Kyle Korver was kind of the last one. I mean, he
Yeah.
literally looks just like Kyle Korver.
Kyle Korver, Klay Thompson, but Klay
Yeah,
Thompson playing D.
yeah.
That's it.
And Neesmith, but
And Joe Harris.
Speaking of Aaron Nesmith, though. Let's get into the Celtics trade. So, hold on.
Whoa, Segway Marvin.
Where was it? Oh yeah,
hey,
man. Hey, so the Rockets asking price from us. It was. It doesn't say a full package. It just says it was a package from the Celtics, including. So it was Jalen Brown, Marcus Smart, and multiple 1st round picks plus something else. And
Did they give this
that's an
man
easy.
away for Victor Oladipo? Like, I'll be so confused. I guess
And
all these teams like no.
it's an easy decline for me. I mean, uh, it was a report that came out that said that we declined the offer from the Spurs for Kawhi before he went to the Raptors. It was Jalen Brown for Kawhi. So I mean, if we're not gonna trade him for Kawhi, I don't expect us to trade him for James Harden, especially and he's coming into this All Star year he's having. Then giving up Marcus Smart, who I think is a corner. He's a Celtic lifer. I mean, damn, that's a lot, Rockets. I'm not even gonna lie, that's a lot. I don't know. That was an easy decline for me though. What do you think, Jarren?
yep. I thought it was a reach for the Rocks. I mean, I had a
A
package.
reach.
I
Reach.
had a package for you. You didn't want the Kim Buck, so I mean, you can get that shit out of my face. I mean, I got all love for you, Houston. I like that y'all have no taxes and all that, but hey, there's no dice over here.
This man has been reaching. Like he was Marvin probably gonna talk about it, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up. Like he was when I saw the notification that he wanted Ben Simmons and Tyrese Maxey for him, like, nah, bro. Can't do that.
Eh,
Can't
I
do
get
that.
why y'all
Okay.
want to give up Simmons, but you would have had to give up Simmons.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
They said that the with the Sixers the deal breaker was Maxi actually.
Yeah.
That
But you
Sixers
can't have
want
both
to
of
give up
them in.
Maxi. I mean, my only thing with the Sixers is this is Maxi has shown flashes. Yes, I'm not gonna say he doesn't look like he could be someone who they could build around in the future, but he's gonna have to develop into something good because I feel like the best fit for Harden was Philly playing alongside Embiid. I felt like them in the pick and roll game was going to be just unguardable. I mean, who can you stop? So you gotta hope Maxi keeps it up and he develops into a legit player in the league. Because if that's the deal breaker, and then you look
Yeah.
back on this, let's say the Nets get a title or two, you look back on this, but like, dang, that could have been us with Harden and the beat, and I don't know, but
I mean, I feel like with the Sixers though, like they're not in no rush
that's
necessarily because they're still playoff contenders now without Harden. They will be next year. They will be the year after that. So if they just keep their core. They're like, we'll be all right. We'll live. Like y'all can build that super team. We'll live with that. We'll
now.
keep going. We'll trust the process.
Now I do have one thing though. What if Ben Simmons, like what if this doesn't work out with the Sixers and Ben Simmons wants out, and then now they look back and be like, we could have got James Harden,
I mean,
but now
that's
the
kind of a
market is
reach,
gonna
Marvin.
die.
We don't know if Ben Simmons is gonna do that.
I mean, that's what I was saying. It was a hypothetical. You know what I'm saying? It was like, what
Man,
if?
hey, we got a $28 million trade exception ready for any player that want out.
And then that just turns into a Celtic
But
talk.
but you see how that's a less of a trade than getting James Harden. They could have got James Harden for Ben if it turns out to be like that. Then it's
But I
gonna
don't.
we can look back and be like, man, we could have had Harden and Embiid. You know what I'm saying? So that's
I
my
mean,
only thing. But
I want Bill, so
I do, yeah, I want Bill,
I
but
need my boy to get his favorite player.
yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Uh,
And man, my sources is texting me. Um, apparently y'all gonna give Phillip Rivers a little time.
yeah. Oh, I did see that.
Oh, so he texted you too?
Yeah. He said we just playing a long game right now. He said if I come back, it's gonna be in the backup quarterback role. I'm just kind of gonna be mentoring whoever they bring in. So I ain't worried about it.
Oh,
You know what
how
I'm saying?
about my boy, Mr. Eason.
Nah, nice. Nah,
Eason.
nah,
Mr. Eason.
nah. It's gonna either be whoever we draft in the draft or Carson Wentz, maybe Deshaun. But I
Nah,
don't think
nigga,
the
we got
Texans will give us
Deshaun,
Deshaun.
nigga. We got Deshaun. Your ass chose Carson Wentz.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, I still kind of got faith in Carson Wentz. I think he just gotta get up out of Philly. I got faith in Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, come on now.
I mean,
But
hey,
yeah,
anything? We're gonna talk about the landscape of the NBA.
yeah. So I mean, really, I mean, you was kind of touching on it, Bill. I mean, who do y'all think is the next starter opt out? I said Simmons, or it could be a possibility of Simmons. Like, who y'all think could be the next star slash superstar to say they want to get traded?
Can I tackle this? Can I jump in?
Go ahead.
The next star that's gonna. I mean, obviously Bill. Like that's the obvious one. I'm trying to go off the heezy. The next star that's gonna want out is Balake. And Balake, man, you really gotta look at it. And dude was literally the face of State Farm. Like before CP3, he was the face of State Farm on the low. And it's State Farm, and then what it was all
Wait, who?
Blake Griffin, nigga.
Oh, oh
Like,
wow.
you started laughing like I
I
was
was
wrong.
like,
I'm like, wait,
I
it's
was
still
like, okay, go ahead. I ain't know
yeah,
what you talking about.
I think the James Harden thing that really inspired him to do it, like he done showed like he's really not happy where he is, and I think he's okay with being the bad guy in Detroit. Pun intended.
Ha, that wasn't it. But I have one. I think a potential player that could get out is Zach LaVine out of Chicago. I can see him wanting to trade out or get traded from Chicago. Um, Levine's been a hoop. Like Levine is like slowly turning into like one of my favorite players in the league. I mean, it seems like every time I look at, I don't really watch Bulls. I'm gonna be honest, man. It's kind of hard watching losing teams. I'm gonna be
Yep.
honest, but I keep up with them. And every time I look at the Bulls, I see what Levine do. Levine got like 28 on like 13, 14 shots. I'm like, okay, that's efficient. And then he's got like 8 assists. He's locking up on defense. I'm like, man, somebody need to get Levine up out of Chicago. Put him
Locking
on a
up.
championship team. Yeah, he been locking up. He been
He's
like
not locking up.
watch.
I watch Bulls games because my roommate's a Bulls
He
fan. He
play
do
he
not be
he
locking
play
up.
he plays very good defense. He
I
has a
watch
skill
every
on
Bulls
the
game.
floor.
He does not.
He has a
That's
skill.
actually the problem. They need a defender because Kobe White is out here getting smoked by point guards. Zach LaVine needs to be that guy. Instead of having Garrett Temple out there guarding the point guard, you need to have Zach LaVine out there. That's what's the
Mm.
next step in his game. I'm tired of these athletic mother truckers not playing defense, where they can get their head at the rim in every dunk. But I don't feel like you brought up Ben Simmons and you brought up Zach LaVine. It's hard for me to say a young player is willing to leave so early into into his career and so early into his career with that team. I feel like some of these players are patient and they are waiting. And then like once they hit that wall though, maybe like 26, 27, 28, then it's like, okay, we're still not winning. Let me get out of here. I can't look at no 24-year-old, 23-year-old and be like, he want to leave next year because like you can't do that. I don't think that's gonna happen. They give it time. At least make the playoffs a couple times.
So who you got? Who your wild card?
Uh, I don't know. I would say Bradley Beal, but he stayed when he knew they were gonna be trash. So it's really hard to say. Like everybody knew they were gonna suck, and he still stayed. So it's really hard to
See,
say.
I'm trying to think of another one that might. I'm trying to think of a real big name that's just gonna out of nowhere be like, bro, I'm done.
uh, Paul George. I'm just playing.
That would
Nah,
be crazy. That
that
would
would
be
be crazy.
crazy.
But hopefully they trade Bradley though. But I don't know. He's so loyal. He's a Gator. Too loyal.
Yeah.
But I want
Yeah.
Bradley out of there, so let's get Bradley up out of there.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I can't really. Blake Griffin was really the best one I had. I can think of for real.
Yeah.
Oh, Balake, man, my boy like he out there struggling. Guap
Jesus.
over there pondering.
I
Yeah,
got
I'm
I
doing
got
the
a
same
couple
thing,
of
Guap.
I got a couple of names, man.
Hmm.
It's I don't know
You know something? I actually think I do got a young star
who.
that might want out.
I wonder if
Oh,
it's
never mind, never mind, never mind. I take that back. I take that back. He just signed the contract. Never mind.
I don't matter. Who? Throw it
Yeah,
out.
never mind.
Throw
He
him out
just
there. Throw him out there.
literally
Throw
just
him
put
out
his
there.
name in the paper.
I just want to see if he's in my mind.
And
Throw him
pen
out
the paper.
there.
He just penned the paper.
It don't matter, man. Throw it out. Just throw it out. Throw it out.
Mm.
You gotta say it. You gotta say it now. You gotta say it.
I know.
Yes, you do. Put it out there. Throw it out
He
there.
said, I really don't.
Look, nah, who dude? I was finna say Swiper.
Swiper.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see him in the future at some point wanting out of Sacramento.
Yeah, nigga, when
Obviously
he
not
dropped
now.
26 and they ain't won shit yet. That's what I'm
But
talking about. Like these
but
niggas are too young.
that's in the future though. That was the whole point of it. It was like it ain't got to be this season. It's just who could y'all
But you
see?
was talking because I just went off of your Ben Simmons point where you said next year if they lose he's gonna say he wants out. Then
I
I
was
was
just
just assuming
saying,
that she was talking
but
about with all these niggas.
the whole point
But
of
saying
it
a young
is
nigga in the
the
future is
future.
gonna leave is like that's I'm speaking of hypotheticals because we don't know if the Kings could have made it to the Western Conference Finals in the next 5 years. Because is he gonna leave then? Like, there's no what's
That's
for us to know. You
that's
got
what
to
it was.
talk
It was
about the situation
hypotheticals.
now.
It was hypotheticals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I also think in terms of the landscape, I mean, hey, like I said, man, superstars gonna be worn out even more. It's gonna be very interesting to see. I do think they became the best TV show in the NBA, hands down, on and off the court now. I mean, the Kyrie saga, even if he does retire, people gonna forever keep talking about it until he comes back. That's forever gonna be a lingering question. And then like I said, on the court, they're probably the best show on the court. So it's gonna be very exciting to see what they can do.
Yeah. Shit.
Sound like it's a wrap.
Yeah, that was all I had on my agenda.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Well, y'all need to make sure y'all
I'm
smash that
trying to
subscribe button.
see. Let me make sure. Let's see. Let me go. Let me go see. Let me go make sure we ain't missing nothing. Look like we got everything. Yeah. All right, y'all. Like my boy said, man. Smash that subscribe button if you're watching and you're not subscribed.
Yeah.
Smash that like button. Comment what your thoughts on the trade was. Uh, hit us up on social media. Follow us. Let us know something, man. Let us know something, man. Uh, any closing thoughts?
And man, big trade. They still not gonna come out the East.
Out the East? Well,
Observation hockey is tingling.
only way I can see them not coming out the East is if they face Embiid or Giannis
Mm-hmm.
in a series, and like they literally just take advantage of like the fact that DeAndre Jordan is their only big. But Giannis, we haven't seen that from him yet in the playoffs, and Embiid, I mean, technically we really ain't seen that from him in the playoffs. Just the ability to just take over for a series, we haven't seen that from either one of them yet. So
Yeah.
But they got
that's
two niggas who can take. Two niggas. They got a Kevin Durant that can take over.
yeah.
I just seen Kyrie fold.
Kevin
So at the end
Durant
of the
was
day, if it's Joel versus KD, I'm going with KD. But I see what you're saying though. Like Joel is gonna eat, so they're gonna have to pick somebody up.
Yeah. We're gonna see what they do.
we're gonna see, man. Hopefully, some more shit, or not some more shit. I'm sorry for cussing. Some more stuff pops off. We got some more insight of what we thinking. Um, I guess it's in the video, y'all. It's been Thread the Needle.
Deuces.